I'd like to welcome Jason Leo Bantle to the show. Jason is founder and photographer for All in the Wild, and you may recall we had Jason on a few months back after he took a really cool photo and shot some awesome video of the boss, a giant grizzly bear in Banff National Park. Well, Jason has had even further adventures he wants to share with us today, and there is a connection to Earth Day. Jason, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Ted, for having me.
Jason, I have to apologize if it's loud in the background here. It's because they're getting ready for the big canvas auction tonight, my friend. So I apologize for that.
All good, Ted. All good. It sounds like a fun time over there.
Yeah, it'll be fun for sure. That's for sure. Jason, tell me about your adventures. I understand you went, where did you go and what were you hoping to photograph?
So, Ted, I've always been going up to the Arctic. Back when I first started my career, I worked as an eco guide up in Churchill, Manitoba, taking people out to see polar bears. And then in 2010, I started doing solo trips up to the Arctic Ocean ice, and I've done 9 trips to the ice to film and photograph the Arctic life up there, primarily focused on polar bears in the springtime as they're out hunting on the ice, and moms and cubs are coming out of dens and such. So it's kind of a passion of mine to go to the Arctic. It's one of my favorite places to be in Canada.
And I understand you were able to capture a fantastic photograph. And there's a connection to Earth Day here. So before we get into the Earth Day connection, maybe describe what what you're sharing with everyone now.
I'm sharing a new image entitled The Judge. The Judge was a very large male polar bear I experienced a few years ago. I was about 60 meters away with my snowmobile idling. They are a dangerous animal. We have to be very respectful of them, and they can reach speeds of a racehorse, and they will do it in about half the distance of a racehorse in terms of getting up to that speed. So they have this amazing ability to get to a very quick speed. So you have to be super careful with them. And he was just resting on the ice. He gave me an opportunity to do some photography of him. And the image was just so powerful. The moments were so powerful. The experience was so powerful to be, 60 meters from this very large carnivore. He probably weighed in the neighborhood of about 500 to 600 kilograms. So for all the listeners out there, just to give them an impression of that, Ted, that's about twice the size of the boss. All right.
Really?
Wow. Really, yeah. These are very large animals. They're on a different scale than the boss. And if you go into our Banff gallery, we actually have a life-size version of one of my prints of the boss. And imagine that bear being twice that size. And so when I captured this image, it was just such a special image, and I knew one day I would do something with it. And every year, All in the Wild celebrates Earth Day through a print release. And this year, 2023, was the year to release this. Our Arctic ecosystems are really in trouble. Polar bears are in trouble. By 2040. They might reach reproductive failure, which means they won't really able to produce cubs anymore. And by 2100, if current greenhouse emissions continue, we won't have polar bears in Canada. They will be extinct from Canada. Yeah, which is not too far in our distant future. And as a Canadian, that's concerning. And so I want to bring attention to that through this image entitled The Judge, which is a black and white image. Climate change and what we need to do in terms of our own, behaviors is black and white. We need to make some changes.
Just to describe the image for everyone listening this afternoon, it's so crystal clear, Jason. You can almost tell how close you are, and the bear is staring right down the lens of the camera, and his shoulders are square on, but it looks like he's lying down on the ice, as you mentioned, having a rest and almost crossing his paws. It's a stunning shot, Jason. So the connection to Earth Day here is very evident about the issue being black and white. I get that, and I understand a portion of the proceeds of the sales of the prints what are they going to?
Yeah, so we always give back to nature. So we have the All in the Wild Land Fund, and a portion of every sale of my art goes back to that land fund. And currently, Ted, we have 1,600 acres set aside for nature forever. That's part of our conservation and advocacy mission at All in the Wild with me and my team. And I'm so happy to have the team I have that gets behind me and the community of collectors like yourself, Ted, that collect my work and support our conservation efforts. The theme of Earth Day this year is invest in our planet, and if people want to go to earthday.org, they can learn more, Ted. And with that, you'll see that they're encouraging citizens like ourselves. I mean, we can make a difference, Ted, in terms of what we do and how we act. So I encourage everyone to visit that and make the difference that they can, whether it's small or big. Everything makes a difference, Ted.
It really does. Earthday.org. I appreciate you mentioning that, Jason. And your website, if people want to check out The Judge and then jump, of course, and trying reserving a print for themselves. What's your website?
Yeah, we're at allinthewild.com. And you can also catch me on any of my social at Jason Leo Bantle. So Instagram, Facebook. You can find me that way too, Ted. Anyone who wants to reach out. And yeah, by all means, we just... anybody who's an environmental lover and wants to reach out and have a further conversation and advocate for nature, we encourage you to do it yourselves. I mean, there's all kinds of opportunities.
Okay, allinthewild.com. Gotcha for the website. Exhibit-wise, do you have any exhibits up right now, Jason, that people can check out? I mean, The Judge is great, but you also have other great work, too.
Yeah, we just released 10 new images last weekend at our Canmore and Banff galleries. So we have 9 new prints that are not Earth Day related, but images from Alberta, Jasper National Park. We have a new mother grizzly bear out that is nursing her little cubs, titled The Content Connection. And then, of course, we have The Judge, the new Judge, which is just a stunning piece and really a speaking piece for everyone. Art is so powerful. You just have to look at that image and you know that the polar bears want us to care.
Yeah, for sure. Jason, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. A great photograph. And you know what? I can't wait to talk with you again, my friend, about some other great things that you're up to.
Hey, have fun down there and take care, Ted. Thank you.